So Peter Sweden here. What on earth is going on in Sweden with the rape crisis? The Swedish government has just released the preliminary statistics for 2017, and the figures are pretty bad. So, what do they tell us? Well, the Swedish Government Bureau for Crime Statistics, BRÅ, has come out with the statistics showing that there was 7,230 reported rapes in Sweden in 2017. Now this is an increase with 10% from 2016, which saw 6,720 rapes happen. Now if you look further back in time, from 1974 for example, there was only 421 rapes in Sweden. Contrast to 2017, which shows 7,230 rapes in 1 year. That's an increase of what, 1,800% almost of rapes in Sweden. This is an insane increase, and I mean, frankly, this should be a scandal. It's a crisis. It is a rape crisis. And this is only the rape statistics we're talking about here in Sweden. This is excluding all of the sexual assaults and sexual crimes going on. Now, if you look at the sexual crimes, it's somewhere in the region of 22,000 sexual assaults and sexual crimes happening every year in Sweden now, which has also increased a lot in correlation with the increase of rapes in Sweden. And the thing is, if you look into these figures a little bit more closely, these figures get a lot worse than you might think at first. Because 7,230 rapes in 1 year in Sweden, this means that 1 in 8 of all Swedish women will be raped during her lifetime. 1 in 8 of all women. Here's the maths. There's almost 5 million women living in Sweden currently. 7,230 are raped every year with current figures. So that means, let's take into account that the average lifespan of a Swedish woman is 84 years according to the official statistics. So that means during a woman's lifetime there will be 607,000 rapes happen. That means it's a little more than 12% of the whole population of Swedish women will be raped. Which is 1 in 8. 1 in 8 Swedish women will be raped during her lifetime. And that is only talking about the current statistics that we have today. This is not taking into account an increase which is highly probable considering the trend that has been recently. I mean, as I said, from 1974 until 2017 there's been like 1,800% increase. Now if you look a little bit more recently, from 2007 until 2017, there's been a 34% increase in rapes. Now if this trend continues the next 20 years, this means that there will be almost 13,000 rapes every year in 20 years time if the trends continue. That would mean that over 20% of Swedish women will be raped during a woman's lifetime. That's 1 in 5. 1 in 5. If these trends continue, 1 in 5 of all Swedish women will be raped during a woman's lifetime. Just think about that for a minute. I mean, this is insane. Now just to give an example what the women in Sweden are facing, I recently read in a Swedish local newspaper in a particular city in Sweden, they're having problems with these gangs of youths at a local grocery store. Now they have been throwing groceries at the staff and so on, and in one instance a young girl, she refused to leave the store at closing time because there were several of these men waiting outside to rape her when she left the store. She refused to leave the store when they closed, and she stayed inside with the staff. This is how bad the situation is getting in Sweden now. And another thing that's really worrying is the amount of rapes that are being solved by police. It's actually really low, and it has decreased a lot the last few years. In fact, only 12% of all rapes in Sweden are being solved by the police. That's, I mean, imagine if you are a woman that has been a victim of an attack. and you can't even get any help. It's insane. Sweden prides itself on being this feminist government, you know, where women's rights are equality, so on and so on. You know, they even had, you know, a couple of years ago in Stockholm, they even had this feminist snow plowing policy where they were allegedly prioritizing pedestrian walkways over cars over the roads, because women use the pedestrian walkways more, whereas men drive more. Meanwhile, they are ignoring the actual rapes happening, because it's not politically correct to talk about this, especially when you get into who are behind these rapes, because all statistics point to it being overwhelmingly migrants. A leaked document from the Swedish government actually showed that of all men convicted for gang rape in Sweden, 95% had a different background. They were not Swedish. So, I mean, and that website, by the way, got shut down after legal threats. So, yeah, free speech much. I mean, just think about this. Currently right now, a Swedish woman in her lifetime, 1 in 8 will be raped. And if the trends continue in 20 years time, it will be 1 in 5. This really has got to stop. I care about people. I love all people. I care about women. I am a champion for women's rights. Meanwhile, the far left, who are completely ignoring this, they are the actual ones that don't care about women's rights at all. Because it's a woman's right not to be raped. That is a real woman's right. Left is completely ignoring it because it goes against their agenda, and the mainstream media is completely ignoring it because it goes against their agenda. Make sure to share this video with all your friends over social media, and as much as you can to help get the truth out there, because the mainstream media is not reporting on this. And give this video a like, because that helps this video get more views. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the notification bell as well to get notifications whenever new videos come out. Thank you so much for watching, and leave a comment below what you think, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, guys. As you know, it's not that cheap to do independent journalism like I am doing, reporting the truth about what's actually happening in Sweden and in the world. Now, as you might know, PayPal recently banned me from their website, so I cannot get supported that way anymore. But I have some. If you want to support my work, anything will be highly appreciated, so that we can help beat the globalist mainstream media that are not reporting the truth about what's happening because they have a biased agenda. If you want to support me, you can now do so either on Patreon or the new free speech website Maker Support, where you can either do a one-time donation or support me monthly if you so wish. And if you support me with $10 or more per month, you will be featured in the credits in the end of all of my videos. Now, of course, if you want to stay anonymous and not be mentioned in credits, that's also completely fine. But here goes today's shout out to my wonderful supporters on Maker Support and Patreon.